Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Liana, and today I'm reviewing Annabelle Cosmetics. Annabelle has been around since I was a kid, first trying out makeup. They are the sister company of Marcel Cosmetics. Marcel is usually into the hypoallergenic, sort of sensitive skin makeup, and both companies are cruelty-free. Some of their products are vegan. I would consider Annabelle to be sort of the slightly more eccentric younger sister of Marcel. Marcel is sort of the straight and narrow older sister of the two, which there's nothing wrong with that. I've just always been a little bit more drawn towards Annabelle. They do have a few more colorful options, and they're also just a little bit more affordable. So I gathered together a few different things. Some of them I'd already had in my collection, and then some of them are new things to their range, and I decided to purchase them. None of this was sent to me. Of course, my channel is way too small for that. So let's just get into this. I filmed some demos yesterday. My SD card filled up, so number one, that's why, and number two, I just wanted to film some things separately, and this eye look is different to the one you'll see in the demo, but that way you get to see some different looks. Let's start with the Perfect Concealer. Now, this only comes in 3 shades. It comes in fair, light medium, and medium, which is not good. I did ask them quite a while ago, it's probably 1 to 2 months ago now, if they were going to be coming out with more shades, because I was very disappointed, and they said that more shades were coming soon. No word on whether or not that's still happening, but anyway, I have mine in the lightest shade, which is fair. Now, as you can see in the demo, I did start by applying it under my eyes without mixing it. You probably won't be able to tell on camera as well as in person, but it is quite dark and yellow. It does give me that sort of jaundiced look under the eye. And I do swatch it on my hand there so you can see, and as well I do show you the mixing process. I did mix a little bit too much white in at first, which can happen sometimes. I ended up going back in with a little bit more of the fair concealer just to balance it out. I'm no mixologist. I don't mix concealers as often as I used to since finding the L1 concealer shade from Kat Von D. But when you find a balance of it, it does mix really well. This blends out really well. The texture is actually quite thick. It's almost kind of tacky and sticky, but you can see here that it does blend out easily. It's just that once it's on your skin and in place and blended out, it doesn't move around too much. And I decided to do a test of setting one under eye and not setting the other, and this is what it looked like after several hours. There wasn't a huge difference, so if you have a huge problem with creasing, I actually think you'll be okay with this. It's not terribly drawing, although it is a matte concealer. But as I said, the shade range is terrible. And this does retail for $7.95 for 0.19 ounces, by the way. So it's not a huge amount, but the price reflects that. Next, let's move on to the iTech palette. There are 10 shades in here. The shades are a little bit interesting. Number one, there are 2 cream shades over here, which they do seal off with this little piece of film. They can be used as liner or all over the lid. Number 2, there's a great mix of cool and warm shades in here. However, this palette's a little bit tricky to use. Now, I'm showing you in the demo here, I'd already primed and set my eyelids. Now, I didn't have as much trouble in this demo as I did the first time trying this palette, priming and setting my lids, which is usual procedure for me. I always set my primer. The first time I tried this, I couldn't get the pigment to adhere to my eyes. I was using my brushes and trying to pack it on, and even the darker shades, for some reason, they just wouldn't stick to my skin. And so I was using fingers. Fingers work better than brushes, but then I came to the realization the next time I used it that this needs a stickier base. So you either have to not prime your lids at all, just have like a well moisturized area with your regular moisturizer on your skin, or you have to prime your eyelids and not set them. The other option would be to use one of the cream eyeshadows as a base, which I've actually done today. I used the black cream eyeshadow as a base, and I used some of the other shadows on top. But you can't really set your primer and have too dry of an area, or the shadows just don't work. So that's going to be a little bit off-putting for some people. But as I said, I do like the range of colors in here. I do think that it was a little bit limiting of them to have the black in a cream, because it would have been nicer to have something a little bit darker in a powder form. These two shades over here are actually glitter toppers. And there aren't too many matte shades. There are 3 mattes. These two down here. No, actually just these 3. These 3 down here. The rest are satin or shimmer. They do give you an actual brush, a little brush here, and then an angled side, which again, you could use that for the cream shades and creating a liner. So I do think that this is an okay palette once you learn to use it. I do think that it could have used a few more deepening shades, and you're not going to get super dramatic looks out of this. This is probably as dramatic as it gets. It's not super versatile, but if you know that these shades are going to work for you and you're okay with fiddling around a bit to get them to work, then that's fine. This is only $12.95. It's the only product here that's over $10. So next we have this brush tip eyeliner. This is another one from their Eye-Tech range. And this is in the shade Greige. This does come in 6 colors. What I like about this is that this is extremely, extremely fine. And it's a little bit watery. But as you can see in the demo right here, it applies extremely well. The texture of this eyeliner doesn't prevent it from applying really well onto the eye. This is actually one of the easiest eyeliners to apply that I've found so far, and I would not hesitate to pick this up in another color just to see if it works as well as this one. This retails for $9.95 for 0.10 ounces, and I believe all of them come in a metallic finish. None of them are matte, except for possibly the white one, which I've actually been needing a white eyeliner, so I might pick that one up. Next we have their Blast Off Mascara. Now I have been using this for a couple of years now. I first compared it to the Benefit Roller Lash, which is a very popular mascara at Sephora. I will insert a little photo here that I took when I had both of these mascaras on hand, and I did a little test side by side. I prefer this one to the Benefit one, even though the Benefit one is significantly more in price. Now, one thing to note is that this mascara no longer seems to be sold in stores. It only seems to be on the Annabelle website. So I heard that they were discontinuing it, but as long as it's still on the website, you can get it. Once it goes off the website, I'm sorry to say that that's it. You're not going to be able to get it anymore. I did pick up another one of their mascaras. This is the Bigshow Electro mascara, which is supposed to be for max volume and about mid-range length. I did not open this and use this yet because I have this planned for another video. You'll just have to wait and see. I'm hoping that I can do that maybe towards the end of April or early May. I am going to be buying something from Sephora during their sale, let's just say that. And the Blast Off Mascara and the Electro Mascara are both $9.95. Next is probably the biggest disappointment. we have the Skinny Eyebrow Liner. This little one right here. First of all, what the heck is this comb? This is next to useless. As you can see here from me trying to comb through my brow hairs, it's really hard. It just feels like it's scraping through my skin and not really combing my eyebrow hairs in place very easily. The texture of this pencil is quite dry. There's nothing wrong with a dry pencil as long as it's pigmented, and this is weirdly not pigmented enough to go through the thicker portion of my brows, yet it's too pigmented towards the front of my brow where I don't have as much hair. It's also extremely red on me. Again, I don't know if it will pick up on camera as much as it does in person, but it has a weird auburn sort of color, and this is in the shade Universal Dark, which I would assume is for darker brunettes. And the only shade up from this is Universal Ebony, which I am not. I don't know if all of the shades are this warm toned, but this has such great reviews online. All of their eyebrow products do, and so I'm so confused. This is just really odd. I'm actually going to show you a swatch of this next to some of the other brow products that I have in my collection. So this is it here on this far side compared to the Mariposa eyebrow pencil in the center and the No Cosmetics, No Bare Brows in Universal Taupe on this far side. And it's definitely the warmest of the three. These are the only pencils I own at the moment. I sometimes fill my eyebrows in with eyeshadow, and again, that's much cooler than this. This just pulls very auburn in my eyebrows. I am wearing it again today. I actually also tried the darkest shadow down here, which that pulled very red on me as well. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it just pulls very red on me and not others. But yeah, I wasn't a fan. Not a fan. And that retails for $8.95 for 0.09 grams. And there are 5 shades. Next we have my Perfect Glow highlighter, which I have been loving. There's so much confusion about what they meant by the shade name. Is it Topaz? Is it Quartz? What do they mean? I think they meant Quartz. This says Topaz. When you first load up their website, Topaz looks like a different shade. When you click on it again, it shows this for Topaz. What do you mean? When you go on the Amazon listing, this is labeled as Quartz. I'm so confused. Anyway, that aside, you get a huge amount in here. This is $9.95 for 8.3 grams. I can't see myself using this up anytime soon. This is a lovely shade for pale skin. It is a white that shifts very pale gold. If you're afraid that a white highlight is going to look too pale on you, I wouldn't be afraid of this because it does have that gold to it. I've been wearing it in almost all of my videos, and it doesn't look frosty. It just looks very natural, yet it can be built up to look much more extreme than this. And yeah, I just love it. It doesn't emphasize texture of any kind. It's not really glittery. It's just a little bit of shimmer. Last up, we have 2 lipsticks. This is one that's been in my collection for quite a while. It's the Annabelle Twist Up Retractable Lipstick Crayon. Mine is in the shade Romance. You get quite a bit of product in here because I've been using this for, I want to say, a year and a half, and I still have this much left, and this is one of my favorite products. The formula is just absolutely beautiful. It's so comfortable. It's not matte. And yet, usually formulas that are this comfortable and non-matte don't stay on the lips very long. This one does. This one you can drink, you can eat, and it will still be there. I'm not saying that you can, you know, eat 10 slices of pizza and all that oil is going to run down your chin and it'll be there. But you can definitely eat. I've eaten sandwiches with this, salads with this. It's still there afterwards. Maybe not full pigmentation, but it's still there. The color complements so many different things. They do have a wide shade range with this. There are 17 different shades ranging from pale nudes to mid-tones, a few brights, and a few darks. It retails for $9.95 for 1.5 grams. Now, the pencils like this always come with a little bit less product than bullet lipsticks, but I don't go through a full-size lipstick that often, so I can see myself completing this quite easily. It's one of my favorites, so yeah, I'm definitely going to pick it up again. And then this is the lipstick from the Outrageous collection with Hayley Elsaesser. She's a fashion designer from Canada. And this is in the shade Banana Yana. This is a really unique shade to my collection. I'm wearing it again today as well as in the demo. This is like a duochrome shade, so it's like a fuchsia, iridescent fuchsia with blue glitter running through it. So it's a little bit on the sheer side, but it can be built up. I'm wearing it a little bit more sheerly. Yesterday I wore both lipsticks just to show you what they looked like on their own as well as layered together. This packaging is cardboard, however, it is very sturdy, as you can see. I love the packaging. It's so cute. They do have bananas on here with little sunglasses, and each of the shades kind of have something on the packaging that denotes what the shade name is. There are 9 shades. They are very limited edition. Once they're gone, that's it. These are $8.95 for 3.5 grams. All of the shades are really fun and summery, and if you can get one, they're super cute. First, I'm going to swatch the iTech palette. These are the 2 cream shades. The black one is far less metallic than the gold one. The gold would make a really pretty eyeliner. Next, we've got the matte shades. This is the palest one, which obviously doesn't really show up on me. This is this sort of peachy shade, and here's the brown shade. Next, we have 3 satin finishes. Here's the lightest one. Here's the gray. And here's the bronze. The bronze is definitely the most pigmented one. This lightest one actually does make a really nice sort of highlighter on the cheekbones. And last we have the glitter top coats. Here's the silver and the gold. They're very, very sheer and sparkly, so definitely they're meant to be placed on top of something else. Next up, we're going to do some concealer swatches. I'm going to swatch this Perfect concealer from Annabelle next to my Kat Von D L1, as well as this corrector shade from No Cosmetics called No Dark Shadows, just so you can see how dark this is. So over here we have L1 by Kat Von D. In the center we have Fair by Annabelle. And over here we have the shade Wow, a corrector shade by No Cosmetics. And this is closer to being a corrector shade than an actual concealer shade for me, which is why I have to either mix it with L1 or white out. Here they are blended just to give you a better idea of what they would look like. Now for this perfect glow highlight, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it to show up on camera, but I'll try. It's got this really beautiful shimmer to it. Can we see it? It's so pretty. Now I'm going to swatch, oops, I dropped one. I'm going to swatch some eyebrow shades, including the Annabelle Skinny Brow Liner, so you can see how warm this is compared to a few others in my collection. So here we have the Annabelle Skinny Brow Liner in Universal Dark. This is No Cosmetics, No Bare Brows in Universal Taupe. This is Mariposa Auto Eyebrow Pencil in dark brown. This is from the Dollar Tree. And then this is an eyeshadow from the Tartelette and Bloom palette that I use in my eyebrows a lot. And this just pulls super red on me. Next, I'm swatching the brush tip eyeliner. I did a thicker swatch over here and then a thinner one there, just so you could see the color a little bit. This is in the shade Greige. It's definitely a little bit more brown than gray. And lastly, we have a couple of lipsticks. Over here on the left, we have the Twist Up Retractable Lipstick Crayon in Romance. And on the right, we have the Outrageous Collection with Hayley Elsaesser and the shade Banana Yana, which is super glittery and fun. So that's all I have to say about the Annabelle products that I rounded up. If you have questions about any of them, please don't hesitate to ask and I'll get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!